All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Setbacks and a Shot of Tequila. I said it right that time.
Yeah.
Today, as usual, I'm joined here with Luke.
Hello.
Yeah, you're supposed to say hello there. And we
Sorry.
also have
I'm
a
messing with the audio right now.
oh, okay. We also have a guest host, Lisa. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello. Lisa is a very good friend. Well, we've actually, again, we all went to school together since elementary school, so
Yeah.
we thought we'd have her on as a third perspective today. So this might get really awkward. We don't know. We haven't done like three people dynamic yet, so we don't really know if it's gonna work well and if it goes awkward. But you know what? That's what we're about.
We're also going to find out whether the audio works at all because we have to share a microphone.
Yeah,
We don't
three
have two at
people,
the moment.
two microphones.
I'm
Because
just awkward.
what?
And I'm just awkward.
And she's also just awkward. All right, so as usual, we have our token shot of tequila. And something I want to do starting this episode is have a weekly toast. Because you know what? We're doing a shot. You can never have a shot without a toast of something. And these toasts, I'm just kind of going to come up with as we go. But you know what? We're gonna do our first toast to anyone who owns a Thigh Master and uses it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
That's gross.
Well, I have my
Oh,
chaser.
Kelly Clarkson.
Ah, burn.
Do you want here?
Yes, please. Oh, sweet. A little Wayne over here.
Did you say Little Wayne?
Yeah.
Weezy baby. All right, so
A reference that wouldn't have passed right over my head.
okay, so as usual, we have our special token alcoholic choice today, and you know what, Lisa, you picked it out today. Why don't you explain what we're going to be drinking?
It is called Mississippi Mud, and I mostly picked it because I want the jug.
Yeah, it comes in those old style. These are like moonshine jugs, right? This is
Yeah.
what it was used for.
Like,
Yeah, so it's in style of a moonshine jug, and
I feel like we found that in the backwoods of Alabama.
I'm pretty sure it's from the backwoods. Does it actually say
Well, probably Mississippi, I mean.
produced by
Considering the name.
Mrs.
somewhere where Sissy has it.
brewed produced by Mississippi Brewing Company, New York. Go figure. And just to give you an idea, maybe we'll post a picture of this somewhere so people can see it. But
We'll do the link dump, which I still actually
Yeah,
have to do.
we have to do our-
first episode.
our log poop or whatever it's called. On the front of it, it's
Damn it.
on the front of it. We have a Wait, is this a crocodile or alligator? Did we figure it out?
Does it have an underbite or an overbite?
Its mouth is open.
Well, then I
Well,
have
shit.
no
Oh, I
idea.
think it's an overbite. Crocodile. Let's say crocodile.
Sure.
Okay. Slow brewed black and tan porter and pilsner beer. So we haven't tried it yet. We all each have, because it came in a jug, so we all have our own glass. And we're just going to go ahead and I say we all just take our first sip here.
Should be stated that I do not like dark beer.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. Well. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I was really expecting like shit in a cup.
I was expecting it to be really thick and just like slide down the back of your throat.
I mean, it took forever for you to pour it.
The foam was so thick.
Borderline
There were a few floaters.
That's not something I ever want to have to describe a drink with.
Chunky. Alright, so anyways, all our preliminary stuff is dealt with. And that's about it, guys. Kate, thanks for tuning in for this episode. We have nothing else to talk
Bye.
about.
Okay, yeah, really, not much. I don't know. I can't say. Okay, a lot has happened since our last podcast, but I feel we're not really qualified to talk about a lot of the stuff that has been happening lately.
Yeah, you mean like in the world or
In the
as
world,
far as
yeah,
us?
in terms of like news,
Yeah, yeah, let's just cover.
not a lot of like humorous stuff to cover.
No, we'll just
Shit's
swing
been
through
going
it.
down.
We'll just to give you a time reference of when this was done. Robin Williams passed away at the age of 63. Sad.
On the day we uploaded our first episode.
Yes, the day we uploaded our
That
first
was
episode.
Unfortunate timing.
Very unfortunate because I felt like such an asshole posting, "Hey guys, check out my podcast," when everyone else was upset and mourning.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
But you know what? It could be worse. We could have been Mariah Carey releasing her film on 9/11.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's always worse. But yeah, that happened. That's I don't know, something in Uganda.
There's always something.
Yeah, there's always something over
There's
there.
that shit going down in Ferguson right now.
Yes, riots,
Yeah.
black people riots. Do you know
Whoa.
about that?
Careful.
African American riots.
Jesus Christ.
Is that better?
You were definitely showing your small town.
What can I say? Why don't you brief us on that? Because I still don't 100% understand.
Okay, so for those, like, 4 of them out there that don't know what's going on in Ferguson right now.
Or 2 of those 4.
I'm like, okay.
Exactly.
Feeling bad here.
It is all over the news right now. Basically what happened is there's a guy who was gunned down by the police in the town of Ferguson,
Oh, I do.
Missouri.
I do.
Uh,
Oh wait! Oh no, this is Mississippi. Never mind. Continue.
Basically, there's, of course, it's a black kid gunned down by white cops, so that just causes racial tension to begin with. Secondly, there's a lot of like disputes and like arguments over like what happened. Some people say that this kid was unarmed and the cops were like assaulting him.
Isn't it rumored he was shoplifting though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the other side of the story is that, like, I guess he was shoplifting and he tried to like jump into the car and like grab the cop's gun or something, and there was like a struggle for the gun.
Didn't this happen last year? What was the name of that? Was it George Zimmerman?
You're thinking of the Trayvon Martin thing.
Trayvon Martin was
That
George
that
Zimmerman. Was he
a
the
little more than last year, I think.
citizen on patrol? Was that his name, or is that?
He was a citizen on patrol.
Yeah, okay.
That was a kid. Like, supposedly there was just a kid that was walking down the street and
Yeah, see, I'm familiar with that story, but that's
felt threatened and he shot this kid for supposedly no reason. With this, again, like the whole disagreement, like arguments over what's happened, has led to protests. Like, people are doing like peaceful protests, or like tried to do peaceful protests, and the cops have responded with force. The beanbag bullets, the pepper spray, tear gas, all of that. They've been firing upon journalists who are just trying to cover the event. There's video of like the crew from Al Jazeera News trying to like just do their stuff, filming what's happening, and they're obviously a film crew, and the cops are still just unloading on them with like the beanbag bullets and stuff.
yeah. Well, you show me the clip of that happening, and that's but things like that make me happy. I live in Canada.
Well, I mean,
Not to say it wouldn't happen
happy
here.
we don't live in Vancouver or Edmonton or
Hey,
Toronto,
I lived in Edmonton. There's nothing wrong with Edmonton.
except when White Ave was nearly burned to the goddamn ground during the Stanley Cup.
Oh, see, I didn't
Remember
live
that?
that. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
That was
Jesus
a big
Christ. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. At least in Canada, it always seems to be only about hockey.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ain't that
there's a
the
thing in
truth?
Edmonton that happened. Vancouver, there's those riots that went viral.
I remember those.
Yeah, over.
Fun fact,
Again,
actually,
over
one of
Stanley
the
Cup.
kids who ended up being, thought, oh, it'd be a cool idea. Let's take a photo of me, putting this burning rag in a cop's or gas tank. He went to school with my cousin who lives down there, and beforehand, straight A student, super smart. He was going to post-secondary. That photo ruined his life. He got he got so much hate. Well, obviously he deserved it, but he got so much hate. He had to leave school. He had to, give up they took back scholarships because of that, and it's just,
absolutely.
what a stupid idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the whole Vancouver riots seem to be like dumb, angry white nerds who just like had an excuse to.
You see 5 other people lighting the car on fire, flipping a police car over.
Yeah,
Sure, let's join them.
yeah.
That's the side effects of alcohol, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, yeah.
I'll be getting out of there.
Yeah. We're going to try and actually, we do have some other line here, other beverages up on the docket if we get to them.
We're going to try to get to them this time.
Yeah, last time we didn't.
We got through like 1.5 beers before.
No, we got through
2.
One.
Was only one?
We only got through 1.
Oh, yeah.
So we're... But to be fair, our podcast last week was recorded what? I think we started the recording at 11 o'clock by the time everything got set up. Yeah. As of right now, it is 3:17. So...
5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. So if anything, it's just... I don't know, an early start to a possible entertaining night, maybe? I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Or maybe we'll be all...
Not so far, I'll tell you that much.
Tuckered by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. Robin Williams passed away. That's sad. Crazy stuff in... Where's it? Ferguson. Yeah, sad. Let's talk about us now. Like, forget all that sad stuff. Our first podcast was released on Monday. And what do we think? End product. that was my foot on the couch. That was not a fart.
See, I can hear everything through the headphones. It's just making.
You might want to edit that little fart noise out.
No,
we'll just keep it. Okay,
I'm gonna edit that out, but edit.
Well, it's gonna come from your side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit in an even worse one.
Am I taking credit for this?
Yes, that's all you.
Excuse me.
So yeah, we uploaded on Monday, and I thought it sounds awesome. We got it on all the platforms we wanted, thanks to Luke. The only thing I did in that whole day was I think I posted and say, "Hey guys, it's up.
Yeah.
Check it out."
You're now the Twitter guy.
I
set
am
it
the Twitter
up,
guy.
You're the Twitter guy.
No, I'm really happy with it. I think my audio sounded like it was a little far from the mic, which I realized after the fact my mic was positioned poorly, so that might have done it.
Maybe.
But Lisa, what did you think of our first podcast?
Did you listen to it?
I listened to Luke's introduction video, and then I went to watch your podcast, and I fell asleep. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's our first official review of our podcast. And you know what?
I'm sure it was great.
I take this pass, fail, like, whatever. I was really happy with it. We got, what? I think we got, ballpark, total, I think we got about 45 to 50 listens.
Yeah.
Not necessarily full listens, but at least 45 to 50 people press
who
play.
At least press play or press download, yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day...
A couple of those are probably just the iTunes review process, but whatever.
Yeah, and I downloaded it as well. I haven't listened to it myself. Actually, I listened to a bit of it. Again, I actually fell asleep because it was Monday night. And
I'm probably the only person that has listened to it the most in the world just because I had to edit it.
Exactly, and I know what I say, and I don't want to hear myself again. My voice sounds weird. Like
I hate listening to my own voice. Like,
see,
I feel like I'm gonna regret doing this.
You don't, because you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, totally.
It's 10 times more manly, though. I don't understand.
It's not manly.
Like when you hear me right now, do I sound like a man?
No.
No.
Do you actually, Luke?
I'm hearing you through headphones. You don't sound like a man. No.
Well, there we go. And you know what? It's just remember that the way you hear yourself in a recording is how everyone else hears you.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Isn't it? So at the end of the day, people are going to listen to this podcast and they're just going to hear you normally. So
yeah. Because like when you hear yourself, you're not only hearing your voice, but like you get like weird like reverb just because you get all the vibrations going through like your jawbones and like stuff.
And that's why you sound different.
Yeah.
I watched a video on that one time.
Yeah. I don't know. I've had to get used to my voice. I've always hated myself in recordings. I've had to get used to it.
You sound like Seth MacFarlane. How do you hate yourself?
So I've been told. I don't hear it.
It's great.
Yeah. You have such a radio voice, and I'm here like talking like this. Hi guys. Hi. How's everyone doing today?
Apologies to our headphone users.
Yeah, sorry about that. You can tone that down. Actually, there's another. I don't think I should watch this, but there's a way you can hear yourself how others hear you. By positioning a paper or something, and you do it behind, or I don't know, something weird like that.
Yeah.
You can listen to yourself how others hear you, or you record yourself and listen to it that way. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I've definitely had to get used to my voice. It has helped that like I've gotten a strange amount of support just for my voice. It's really weird.
Do you think people like pleasure themselves to your voice?
I hope so.
You can start like a phone sex line. That's what this podcast could turn into. We could get really close to that. How are you doing tonight? Are you
Hey
having
there.
a good night? What are you wearing? Well, Lisa's pants are off. So.
Hey, I'm a lady.
No, it's the
That
Pants
sounds
Off
like a
podcast, just like last
Pants
time.
off.
Right?
See, oh, that was another name we could have used.
God
Instead
damn
of doing a gross shot of tequila, we just didn't have to wear pants.
Yeah.
It does get warm in here. I'm not gonna lie. My feet are sweating.
sure the audience is just so turned on right now.
That's the idea of this podcast. Okay, so topics for today. We did not go see Guardians of the Galaxy yet because we decided to record this podcast earlier. We're going to see it tomorrow and we're going to have it for our next podcast.
Which, yeah.
We promise.
Promise.
Again, we're going to be even later to the game with that one, but you know what? It's something we can talk about.
It'll give me more time to prepare talking points, since I know I'm probably the only one here that knows anything about the Marvel Universe and Cosmic Universe. And yeah.
Also, Chris Pratt has not responded to our request to have him on the podcast yet, but hopefully by next week, maybe we'll hear from him.
Yeah, totally.
If he did, I would. Oh my god.
It will be a pants off podcast.
There's one requirement. You're not allowed to wear pants in here.
Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, we'll hear back from him. As usual, I started our recording like 10 minutes into the podcast, so we won't have a good estimate of how long this thing's running. Wait, the computer will tell us, but it's far away.
We also were recording for like who knows how long before we actually said hi.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have no idea how long this podcast will be running.
On that front.
And also, just to discuss about our last podcast, because that's the type of people we are. We just talk about the thing we did before, which wasn't any more interesting than the thing we're talking about now.
Totally.
I was so surprised by how easy it is to talk for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you, like, press play, I swear time doubles in speed.
It helps that we talked about, like, the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, we repeated ourselves a lot that episode.
We definitely have to work on that.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
Oh.
We also have to work on our likes and ums, because...
Like, I don't know.
I don't even know if that was serious or a joke, but... It's...
It's a thing.
I can't handle not giggling.
I can't even. Feel free to giggle. It's a giggle and burp safe zone.
I can't.
Then don't.
But I have to.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because
Okay.
I'm so obsessed with that right now. Jimmy Fallon, if you have known him, good friend of mine. He has this series.
I almost could have been in a video of his.
What?
Oh.
Okay, that story first.
Hollywood over here.
It's really not interesting. It's just at VidCon. Like, did you ever see that? At VidCon, they had this booth set up where you could do lip syncing to famous songs.
That
And
sounds awesome.
like later on his show, they would like supercut all of them together into like one big montage video. I totally didn't do it because it looked dumb, and I felt really bad for people who were manning the booth because they I think there's like 4 songs they had on loop the entire.
Is it
goddamn
fancy?
day.
Was
One of them was fancy. Yeah,
Of course
Of
it was
course.
fancy.
of course.
I would have been on that like white on rice. Anyways, back to Jimmy Fallon. He has this skit he does on a show called Ew, starring Sarah, spelled S-A-R-A with no H because H's are Ew. And I've just been watching it over and over again. Like, it's the most stupid, funny thing, and it's so easy to quote it. That's all me and my coworkers do now all day is just quote it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Luke will so kindly provide a link to the video, one of the videos.
Even the Taylor Swift.
The Taylor Swift one. That's
It's
the
the
newest
newest.
one, and it's Taylor Swift. She's heaven. She's heaven in human form.
My queen.
Slay, queen, slay. Anyways, yeah. So okay, well, I'm out of things to talk about. Luke, go ahead.
Jesus.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, totally. I know. I have one thing I kind of want to bring up. The whole ice bucket challenge thing that's happening.
Oh yeah, that was one of my
I have not seen. Is it literally just dumping a bucket of ice on your head?
Okay, so
for ALS.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
it started out as like a charity awareness thing. What it is, if you get challenged to do the ice bucket challenge, you either donate $100 to ALS, or if you don't want to donate the $100, you dump a bucket of ice water on your head, and then still donate $10. It's gotten a lot of flack for a lot of reasons. One of them is like people think it's dumb. It's like, oh,
like those Nick nominations.
See, there's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm comparing this to the the no makeup selfie for, I think it was breast cancer.
yeah,
That I think is the best comparison, and that one was taken so out of context that at one point no one knew what it was for. They just thought.
I didn't know it was for breast cancer.
See, exactly. Did you do it though?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
You want to see me with no makeup? Just come over tomorrow morning.
I see you like every day with no makeup.
Okay, well, not talking about that.
No, and it's honestly, it turns into young girls wearing no makeup taking pictures with super like thick filters.
yeah.
And it loses all purpose. This, I think, is different. They're doing a very good job of keeping this about what the cause is actually for. And I'm so surprised by how many celebrities. I watched Oprah Winfrey do it this morning.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. I actually saw something just this morning. I saw Elon Musk do it. Do you guys know? Any idea who he is?
Nope.
He is one of the richest men in the world right now.
Richer than Bill Gates?
He's pretty much on the level of Bill Gates. I actually don't know who's richer. I know he's up there. I just want to check something. If you think of like a rich white businessman named Elon Musk, what kind of person do you imagine? Like, do you like
Someone with a big penis.
like I'm thinking like age wise. Do you think like probably like
Elon
an old,
Musk,
like,
probably
older,
60s.
Small glasses, end of his nose, kind of guy.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I actually had never looked up a picture of Elon Musk before. Like,
Is he
before I
like
saw
Mark
this video.
Zuckerberg level?
He is real life Tony Stark.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah, this guy's crazy. He's the founder of the SpaceX program, which is like the pioneer of like civilian-based space exploration, like privately owned
Would you
space
do that?
exploration.
Sorry, I don't want to take you off track.
No, we can actually come back to that. But
Okay.
yeah, no, I would absolutely go to space. There's
is that what you're asking?
Yeah, never.
I totally would. There was that call going out for like people to go on like the first colonization of Mars, and like it was a thing. It was like you go with like 100 people or something like that.
I don't know. It's a lot of work. Like to get your body ready for space travel.
You'd obviously have to go through all that training.
See, it's not the space travel that like itself that turns people off of that kind of thing. Like
It's the getting ready for it.
No, like the whole Mars colonization thing. It's that you'd have to spend the rest of your life with the same 100 people trapped on a rock.
That's my life.
See, that's exactly why I would
Sounds like
absolutely
Kirsters.
do
See, I think
that. The only downside to that is no internet.
I honestly, like, first instinct, someone says, would you want to go to space? I would want to say yes, because that's amazing. But thinking about, I honestly don't know if I would want to go to space. Like,
I'd do it.
the idea is so overwhelming that it gives me anxiety just thinking about it. But at the same time, can you imagine being one of the first people on malls?
On malls.
On malls.
One of the first people.
Big
on
round
the mall.
malls. No, if one of the first people on Mars. Like, it's mind blowing, and I don't know if I would do it or not. Yes, if someone asked me and said I have an opportunity to go, I would say yes. Final answer, because you know what? At the end of the day, you went to Mars, or you at least tried to go to Mars, and that's pretty cool. I'd rather die going into outer space and having a terrible accident in a rocket than die of old age working a terrible, shitty job with an unhappy life. So that's my answer.
Totally. You?
I'm a firm no.
Fair enough. And your justification for that?
I don't know. The older I get, the more timid I realize I am, and
Less risks.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you are 21 years old.
Whatever details. But the thought of everything that could possibly go wrong is what gets me. I realize that's not really living, but you know what? I'm pretty content here on Earth.
That's fair enough. There's a lot of potential on Earth that we can have.
You know, there's the whole ocean. We know more about space than the ocean, so.
Yeah, I would love to go on a submarine or just get like into the depth and see what's down there. I'd love to do that too. I think
All
again,
those weird.
I probably
Weird
shit myself
fish
scared, and like I probably have diarrhea like for a straight week before I did it. But oh hell yeah, totally. I'd love to do that. Anyways, what were we talking about? This is our thing. Our podcast. We're known for tangents. We're like we're the tangent people.
You were talking about the young
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk,
Yeah.
right? Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's totally Tony Stark. He's one of the richest guys in the world. He owns SpaceX. He co-founded PayPal, or like he helped get PayPal off the ground. He did the same with Tesla Motors. Like he's an inventor. He's an investor. Yeah, one of the richest guys in the world, and he donates so much to charity. And the people he tagged to do it was Johnny Depp.
Jesus Christ.
Totally. Shit, it was Johnny Depp. Can't remember the second person, but the third person was Notch, the guy who created Minecraft.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I actually found out about that because Notch, his reply was, "I'm just turning on my ice machine now. I wonder if I have a bucket."
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that because I'm having so much enjoyment with this thing because it's getting picked up by so many people, and I'm gonna give you like my list right now of what I've seen. So for my top 3 favorite ice bucket challenges, we'll go number 3. I'll do Oprah just for the fact that her reaction to it was so like she screamed at the top of her lungs. And it's Oprah, like
yeah,
that's pretty funny. I think the second best one I've seen so far is Bill Gates. Have you seen his yet?
Not yet. No.
I've pretty much what it is he's like he was nominated by Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Is it Mike or Mark?
Mark.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg.
Mike Zuckerberg.
It sounds the same.
His brother.
And so he has a good sense of humor for the whole thing, and it's at the end of it, it's pretty funny. My number 1 favorite though is Eric Church. He did it. Yeah, except what he did is they took a tractor with a big like front scoop, filled it with ice, filled the whole thing with water. They lifted it up, and he did it. And like once he nominated people, they dropped the whole thing on his head.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And this, I kind of like this because I think especially the 3 of us, we've all personally had someone pass away from ALS, which is, you remember our grade 2 teacher, Miss McNeil.
Yeah, I remember that.
Passed away from ALS, and we were her last year. We were her last students before she passed away because she quit after we graduated grade 2. But I thought it was kind of cool that we'd have someone to like directly relate, and I think honestly, it's sad, but it's cool that there's finally being awareness for it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that half the people who watch those videos say, "What's ALS?" And you know what? A Google search is so helpful when it comes to that stuff to at least know about it.
I just wish more people realize that Google like searches things
before you ask.
Yeah, there's so many people like, "Oh, what's this?" You realize you are sitting using the most powerful like library of information mankind has ever seen.
Yeah, right? I don't do that. I'd rather ask. But no, I think it's cool. Let's put it this way: if someone challenged me to that, I would definitely do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to donate as much money as possible, but I'm broke.
College life.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool that this is more taking a higher, like there's celebrities and A-list celebrities and some of the most important people in the world.
Yeah, it's really seen mainstream attention, like outside of YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool because so many of these things you get passed around your Facebook, like those Nick nominations. I hated those so much. You're so stupid.
I hated that blew up in such a negative way too. Like
it
blaming
became
the Nick nominations. Well, honestly, like
if you're stupid enough to kill yourself, then
that is natural selection.
It's like,
exactly.
It's like the fire challenge.
I heard about that too. Yeah, but yeah, that
hilarious.
Luckily people try to turn around into like doing a good deed, like a pay it forward kind of thing. But still, I don't know. I think this challenge is a little different because it's getting actual recognition recognition, not recognition.
that
And it is helping.
I
'Cause-
honestly had to think about
I
it.
had to pause.
Yeah.
and it actually is raising money. I think what have they raised so far within like a week? They've raised like $5 million
I
or
can't even
something like
remember,
that.
but yeah, the number's ridiculous.
But it's nice. You know what? I'd like to see this for more diseases, and hopefully maybe we will in the future.
Any kind of charity, really. It's one of my favorite things about the internet. It's just like there's been definitely a string lately of like these high profile like charity movements online. They're getting a massive amount of attention. One of my favorites recently is the Humble Bundle. It's a video game thing.
I just like that name. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
yet, but
Sketchy.
it makes me just think of a cuddly bee.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
That needs to be their logo. Basically, the Humble Bundle it's like a bunch of like small indie game developers would put up like their games to be put in this bundle, which you could pay any amount of money for.
Okay,
So like you can donate 1 cent and you could get like these 6 games.
good deal.
But yeah, you can donate like whatever you wanted, and you could split up your donation into like how much goes to the game developer, how much goes to the Humble Bundle, and how much goes to Child's Play charity. And I think the first, like, I don't know if it was the first one, but like the first one that I heard about that got attention, Notch was one of the main contributors to that. He was in a race with like this one other guy to donate the most amount that they could, and they donated like millions of dollars.
Oh really?
And it's like still an ongoing thing. Like they do like a weekly one.
Oh wow!
And like big name developers have gone into it. Like I know THQ did one before they went under. Like EA's I think taking part in the Humble Bundle.
Yeah, that's what. What?
You said EA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's an opening they haven't used in a while.
What? That's in the game?
Yeah.
They still
No,
use it.
the challenge
everything. It was on
Like
their, like
EA. That was a thing?
yeah, it wasn't on their sports games, but like
Oh.
they're like EA challenge everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard that. I was EA Sports. It's in the game.
For me, I mainly know that one because I played Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. The game.
Was that an RPG?
No,
Oh,
no, it was
no,
a
that's
hack
not-
and slash game.
I know it because I played Sims.
Yeah, it was in Sims too. But yeah, like that was the one they used in the Return of the King game, and I played that game so many times. I'm pretty sure I beat that game start to finish about 25 times. So yeah, I heard that like challenge everything opening every day.
See, just going back to the actual donations and the charities and everything. It's great for the internet because it's creating all these different platforms that you can raise money for all different causes. But what I want to honestly know is, especially not so much the charities, but more so Kickstarter, Indiegogo, any of those. Who is donating money? Like, who has the money to donate? And more or less, I'm thinking specifically the potato salad incident. You know about that, right, Lisa?
No.
Oh my God, there was a guy who. Do you know what Kickstarter is? Do you know what those Kickstarter, Indiegogo? Are you familiar with any of that?
I feel like I'm coming off so terrible.
No, that's perfect. This adds to the conversation. This gives us stuff to talk about.
Your naivete.
Yeah, no, it actually is perfect because otherwise it'd just be like, oh yeah, Kickstarter. Oh yeah, I know that. We don't have to talk about it. The Kickstarter, Indiegogo, it's this new kind of thing that's been going on lately called known as crowdfunding, where people can make this pitch, like a sales pitch. You know?
You've seen Shark Tank
Yeah,
or
Shark
Dragon's
Tank.
Den, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's
that,
honestly that to
but
the world.
Yeah, instead of
Oh.
pitching to specific people, you just put your pledge out, like your pitch out, and then anybody can come along and donate however much they want to this
That's
thing.
a great idea.
It is an absolutely fantastic idea. I've seen some great things come out of that.
A lot of independent video game developers, inventors, and honestly,
filmmakers.
it's you yourself can play. Hey, I want to put $5 towards this guy.
No, I think that's great because I mean, like any of the shows like Dragon's Den and stuff like that, that's for people's opinion. I mean, yes, they're
Yeah, and of course they're like none of these people like you can't donate and be an investor. You can donate like they usually have prizes.
That's a great thing about Kickstarter and Indiegogo is that they have these contributor perks. Like depending on how much you donate, the person, like the organization that set up the Kickstarter, will give you stuff. Like if let's say for like a film or something, like you donate like let's say $25 and they'll give you like
A snippet of the reel. Or
no,
something.
no, like $25. They'll like give you a digital download of the film once it's completed.
Yeah.
You download like $50 for like a video game, and you get the collector's edition. Recently, one that caught a lot of attention on Indiegogo is Laser Team.
What's
it was Rooster Teeth, the guys behind Red vs. Blue, Achievement Hunter. They recently did an Indiegogo campaign for a feature-length film they're trying to make.
Oh, really?
It's a live-action sci-fi comedy called Laser Team. They made it to it was 28 days, and they made it to the number one or number two most funded film on Indiegogo.
Well, when you have that big of an audience, it's not hard.
No, it was actually ridiculous because their original goal was like $650,000. They raised $1 million within 48 hours.
And that's a good segue because I don't understand the people that honestly I don't like. This might sound selfish, but if I have $20 sitting in my bank account with no purpose, my first instinct's not just to go fund someone else. Maybe it's because that picture over there fell. Maybe it's because I have my own ideas and creations I'd like to invest in, but I don't know. And the other thing that kind of bugs me is there's another website called GoFundMe, which is like take Kickstarter and Indiegogo, like we just talked about, take out the idea, and more or less put yourself on there and say, "Hi, my name is Lisa. I need money because I'm a student. Fund me." And you can give the money. Like some of the stories on there, yeah, they're, family loses their house in a house fire. Hold on. I'm getting all like congested there. A family, and they have some good stories there that you can actually help people, but so many of them are just people saying, "Oh, no one likes me. I hate myself. Give me money." And that just bugs me. Like I recommend going on the website.
Somewhere.
Yeah, you have to have something to offer. If you're in a position where you are honestly, you just lost something, you lost your family, you lost your house or something like that, then maybe, you know what, that's an option. But at the end of the day, that's why I don't like that. I like Kickstarter.
Should be,
it should be funding an idea or an creation, not funding the person who's doing it. And
well, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about that a little more. But yeah, with talking about like the perks and stuff like that for the Laser Team thing, I think it's like the higher levels of the tier donation, which is like $100 or like $1,000 plus. It's stuff like you get executive producer level. You get to come on the show and be a guest for like an episode for one of our shows and stuff like that. But yeah, with this potato salad Kickstarter.
Yeah. Can I explain this one? Just because I love this story so much.
All right, sure.
Okay. So what it was this guy decides one day, he was like, "Hey, I want to make some potato salad." Goes in his fridge and says, "Oh, I don't have the fixings for potato salad. I'm going to start a Kickstarter just for shits and giggles and see if I can get $10 so I can go out to the grocery store and buy what I need for this potato salad." Websites like Reddit, all social media platforms, everything, Facebook,
Reddit,
Twitter,
Facebook,
YouTube,
4chan.
Everything started picking this story up because I was like, "Hey, this guy wants to make potato salad. This is kind of funny.
Hilarious.
I'll give him $20."
It's not. The thing is, it's not even. I'll give him $20. It's. I'll give him $1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll donate $1.
Times that by.
Yeah, it's like
what is it at right now?
It's like I have $1.57 sitting on my PayPal account. It closed at $55,000
For potato salad.
For potato salad.
And there's starving people.
No, see, that's the thing that I don't get is like people are, there's starving people. It's not some big guy like, "Hey, I'll give you $100 to make this potato salad because I don't want to give it to starving children."
It's everyone giving that $1.50.
Like, I got like $1 left on this prepaid credit card I got a little while ago. Fuck it.
And see what I want to see.
It's just the thing that it's crowdfunding, so there are hundreds of thousands of people that see this, and it's cumulative.
But isn't it such a sad world though?
That picks up more attention.
That picks up more attention.
The thing is that it's not necessarily all all hope is lost in this. You know what? The guy is sitting. Keep in mind with Kickstarter, a lot of that money doesn't get to you. A for I think Kickstarter takes a percentage of it, and B because a lot of people will pledge money that they don't actually have, and those pledges get taken back. But the thing is, at the end of the day, this guy's sitting on all this money. I'm excited to see what he does with it because
I think-
everyone's eyes are on this potato salad guy right now. Make his salad and let's see him do something cool with the money. Or
No,
you know,
see, I think one of the higher levels of donation. I actually have the Kickstarter page open right here. Let's see what the thing was. What was the highest level of donation? Pledge $110 or more. He got 21 backers for this. Received the recipe book, the T-shirt, and the hat, along with a bite of the potato salad. A photo of me making the potato salad. A thank you posted to our website, and I will say your name out loud while making the potato salad. He actually he was making T-shirts and stuff like this for this, like that he would send out to the people who.
I bet you initially he didn't think of doing that, but as soon as it started gaining traction, he was I need something to offer these people, which is. I think at the end of the day, if people want to spend their money on that, I think it ends in a funny story and a funny story that'll last a week, and then everyone kind of moves on. But at the end, I just find it amusing how people decide to spend their money.
Yeah,
fair enough.
If possible, one day in the future when I have enough money, I would love to put my money into somebody who I think has an honest, great idea, or someone who wants to start a movement or like a charity. Yeah, that's great. But I'm not going to be investing my money in anyone who wants to start, a picnic. Let's put it that way.
I've donated, not to really any great idea, but there's another thing that I was going to talk about, like that I was going to bring up. It's called Patreon. Have you heard of it?
Heard of it? I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
It's kind of like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. It's for content creators, like YouTube creators, webcomic artists.
What's it called again?
Musicians, Patreon.
Okay, I follow some YouTubers who use it, I think.
Yeah. Basically, what it is if there's a creator that you like, that you enjoy watching their content, you can donate money. It's like a recurring kind of thing, and that's set by the person who's collecting the money. But it's either like for a YouTube creator, it's like it can be like
a podcast creator.
We're not going to Patreon. You're so focused on the money right now.
I don't know if that's where you're going or not, but as far as having investments or even putting our podcast on something like that, I think that'd be cool. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't have anything really to put the money because we have almost everything we need. Absolutely. As far as, and I would not feel comfortable ever putting myself out there if the funds would just be going into my pocket. Because we need one or two more mic setups in the future, so we don't have to share mics and stuff like that. And once we get more space and stuff, we might need a little more production stuff. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why we can't afford that ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't get me wrong, I'm not looking at the monetary value of our podcast.
Anyways, it's for like it can be like it's like a recurring thing, meaning like you set an amount you want to pay, and like they can take it out every month.
So like an automatic withdrawal.
Yeah, or they can take it out like it's like you pay this amount, like you can set it so for like a YouTube creator, it's you pay this amount per video they do. Like every time they make a video, they'll
withdraw money.
Yeah. And it's like you can always back out if you want. You can always like set limits, like you'd never want to donate like this amount of money per month or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they don't just try to like take all your fucking money. But it's one thing that I really like. I think it's a great idea because like online content creators, they rely completely on ad revenue.
Yeah. And
there are so many people who there is such a large percentage of people who try to get around that using stuff like ad block. Mm-hmm. So there are so many people who they like watching these videos, but they don't want to support it in any way. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of creators who are kind of getting shafted by stuff like ad block. Oh yeah, it's the people that say, "Well, if I wanted to pay for entertainment, I'll just buy cable." Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And Patreon is a way to get around that. It's a way to kind of get away from the ad-based revenue that the online videos rely on now. And I've actually donated to a webcomic creator that I enjoy watching. I've been following his stuff since he's been making webcomics since 2003. I've been following him since 2008. He does a daily webcomic, Monday to Friday. He puts out a comic every single day. And Yeah, I donated to his cause, and it's actually kind of cool because they have like the perks for that too, and the perk I donated to didn't really go over well, like just because there was a lot of people that didn't show up, but it was like I actually got to be in like a Google Hangout with him. And
Was that
400
that thing that you're supposed to be at 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
And forgot about?
yeah.
Right,
I made it there, but nobody else did.
The people that promised it weren't there?
Like the people who donated, like at that level, just didn't show up.
No, but I mean, did the people, like, because there was a hangout with the creators?
The creator.
Were they there? Was he
The
there?
one creator, yeah, he was there.
Well, bonus if no one else showed up. You had more one-on-one time.
Yeah.
What did you talk about?
Didn't end up. It didn't end up really going through just because nobody else showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awkward.
Yeah, but it's stuff like that that like I think like this crowdfunding thing is just an absolutely fantastic thing, and I just really hope it like takes off. Like I hope it like stays around.
I think it will. If anything, it'll evolve into something
Yeah.
else. As long as it doesn't get taken and skewered and taken over by large corporations and, you know, mainstream media.
I like it because like right now it's small independent creators who just want to support themselves, and like a lot of people are like a lot of people are using it as like a way to like, if I start making this amount of money per month, I don't have to use ads on my website.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have to monetize my content.
Yeah.
So you don't have to deal with these intrusive like pop-up ads or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's all done by good. What's the word? Oh, I can't remember. Well, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. Good intentions.
Yeah.
That's the word. Cool. So, anyways, we'll kind of backtrack out of that conversation because I'm done my drink and I want to see where everyone else is right now.
I'm a lot farther along than I was last time.
Yeah, but you're a long ways to go still. See, I find it tastes all right. Don't smell it for too long because it smells like soy sauce, and that the smell just, even my cups, it just smells like soy sauce. But we made a goal that this podcast we're gonna get through at least 2 of our beverages, and look at that. You two, okay, finish right now. Chug. Okay, Luke's done his drink, and following last place, a horse with a limp is Lisa. Congratulations.
Hey.
I heard that. The mic
I really
heard
have
that.
to burp now.
And anyways, here I think this is we're gonna start. I just came up with this right now, like 5 minutes ago. We're gonna segment a bit of segment. We're gonna segment. We're gonna kind of just slide in a bit of a intermission. So that, you know, maybe one day we'll actually have something to fill the intermission with. But for you listeners, it's going to be like a snap break. And it's like we never left. But we're going to have an intermission right now because I have to pee. We have to refill our drinks. And I have to pee. So we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned.
This is all just Kenny being conceited.
Oh, totally. Yes.
And we're back.
Okay, yes, we are back, and now second on the docket for beverages, we have, you know, Luke, you're familiar with this more than anyone else. Tell us what we're drinking.
We are drinking Kirin Ichiban.
Say that again?
Kirin Ichiban.
That sounds...
Ichiban, I love Ichiban.
Oh, ramen? Like top ramen?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good segue into what I want to talk about next, but finish. What is this?
It's a Japanese beer. It is really good. I know we're kind of cheating by getting something that one of us has tried before.
But I've never tried.
I don't think I've tried
Chinese,
this particular
Japanese
one.
beer.
I've tried I haven't tried that particular kind, but like the Kirin brand I've drank before.
I just like the majestic giraffe, unicorn, dragon, lion, horse.
I have that too. I just got me and my dad just moved his bottle collection, and it is
bottles.
he's got some really cool cans. Like it's huge. It fills our whole garage bay. So that's
Yeah,
like,
we also, by the way, I told Lisa that since we're kind of going foreign random beers every episode, or that we give Lisa our bottles. She can have them. That was her payment for coming on today's podcast. Yes, you can have the bottle.
And one day when I have it actually displayed again, because all of them are pretty dusty right now, you guys should see it because it's going to be amazing.
Well, we would definitely have to. Maybe we'll do a podcast in your bottle room, and it'll be really echoey and sound like cool because there's just a bunch of balls everywhere, you know? Do that.
Totally.
Ting, 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 sound. Okay.
Wait, are we trying?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
Let's try the
I
beer.
almost prematured.
I did.
So this is a lot.
Sorry, I can't help
This is
it.
a lot lighter of a beer. It smells more like something I'll drink.
Oh, polar opposites.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Not bad. It's definitely a light beer.
No soy sauce taste.
Yeah, this is the type of stuff that would go good with a soy sauce, because it's Japanese, not Chinese, right? Soy sauce like a Japan thing too?
Not really. Kind of. I don't know.
Well, sushi
It's
is
a rice thing.
sushi. Yeah, whatever. There's some kind of mildly racist joke in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Okay,
We're white bread small town. I'm sure we can find a way.
Yeah.
yeah. Two things really. Oh, actually, let's just see here. Two things I want to discuss. Well, not really. One's not really discussion. Again, same as last week, we threw some questions out there. See if anyone would want to give us some. We got a few, not as many as last week, unfortunately. But before we get to that,
Still searching for that audience.
yeah, we still need on. Guys, go check us out. What's our Twitter account?
Our Twitter account is big_pixels.
Big_pixels. Follow us there. We will be sure to start posting stuff, and from there you can find our personal Twitters and all that kind of stuff.
Check out our blog, which I'm sure we'll get around to posting stuff on there eventually.
Yeah, usually we do the self plugs at the end of the podcast, but we're already here. Lisa, shout out anything? You have a Twitter? Do you have a Twitter?
I did.
I think.
And then I had to get a new phone, and I couldn't remember any of my passwords.
Really?
Do you have any shout outs? Do you want Instagram, Snapchat, anything like that? You want to shout out?
What? I don't know. My Instagram's pretty embarrassing, so.
She's modest. I'm not.
Not sure if you want to give it your Snapchat to the wide world of.
A lot of people do. Like, honestly, I'm surprised how many people put their Snapchat out there. Like, I barely can.
Although when you think about it, there's really not that much that they can get.
Oh, totally.
Information-wise off my Snapchat or anything.
It's more of just unwanted dick pics.
Yeah.
I've never I don't know. I guess I just don't Snapchat the right people, but I've never nudity or
You definitely don't Snapchat the right people.
No, I think I do Snapchat the right people because the Snapchats I get are hilarious.
Yeah,
because you have Brody on Snapchat.
Yes, Brody will be on our podcast.
Let's just give everyone Brody's Snapchat.
Yeah. He still refuses to get a YouTube account. I don't know why.
Yeah, he did agree to be on the podcast. We had him possibly this week, but he had prior arrangements, so we settled with Lisa. Joke. She's not even listening. She's on her phone right now.
I
texted
my dad.
You said, Dad, I'm on the podcast right now.
Guess what?
I made it. No, he did agree to be on the podcast. I don't know if it'll be next podcast, maybe the one after, depending. We have some scheduling things we have to figure out. But yeah, definitely entertainment. He's a unique individual. Anyways, back to the topic I wanted to discuss. Pastafarians.
What?
I don't know if you've seen this. Again, this is more of a Canadian story. They're everywhere, but
they're everywhere.
The story has kind of got their name a little more. Surrey, BC. There's a man. I can't remember his name. Probably should have done a little more research to tell the story, but he is what they call a Pastafarian. It's a religion that they believe in the great spaghetti monster. Was sent from outer space or something.
Yeah. And
he created the universe, he created the world, and he select people he will touch with his noodly goodness, and they become.
That sounds vastly inappropriate.
And they become ministers and ordained ministers and that kind of stuff. It's a parody. It's a parody religion.
It's an absolute parody. It's parodying the normal mainstream religions in that how people say you can't see God, you just have to believe he's there. It's I can't believe in a giant
spaghetti monster with two meatballs,
flying spaghetti monster, but I still believe he's there.
Yeah, and it's so amusing that this is taking off, and the
it's an absolute parody just to see how far you can get in the name of freedom of religion. Part of the Pastafarianism belief, religion, is that you have to in just specifically driver's license photos, ID photos, you have to wear a colander on your head.
Yeah, a spaghetti strainer.
Oh my goodness.
I honestly,
can't tell whether I think that's awesome or
It's-
not.
that's where I sat too, and I kind of want to join this religion.
No, I think it's pretty awesome.
Do I get like a drop down option on my Facebook to be?
Probably.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good point. Does Facebook accept all religions? If Facebook's expanded their sexual orientation to words that I'm pretty sure they made up, like a sexual and a
See, no,
panster magicianical stickle
See,
sexual.
that's not Facebook making up those. That's Tumblr making those up.
Oh, really?
Are you familiar with the social justice warrior movement and the?
No, I don't really know anything about Tumblr except too much.
I can talk all day about that in a minute. Let's just continue with this story.
Yeah, let's finish the story here. There's a man in Surrey, BC, who's ordained minister for the Pastafarian Church. He believes in the Great Spaghetti Monster, and he went to go get his driver's license photo renewed. And upon arriving there, the clerk kind of, I actually watched his side of the story of this thing. And the clerk was, kind of confused, but he was very nice and understanding. He looked in the manual, couldn't find anything on religious headgear and stuff. Because
Really?
ideally, you're supposed to be allowed to wear religious headgear, right? More like Muslims and Judaism, you're allowed to wear your religious clothing in a photo. So the guy ended up, he was like, yeah, sure, you know what? I don't see a problem. So they take the photo of him with his spaghetti strainer. I'm pretty sure maybe bought from IKEA or something. Really nice piece. I think it was 60 weeks after the photo was taken, when his temporary driver's license was about to be expired, he didn't hear anything, so he phoned RBC. And this ended up happening, a back and forth, having to get a new temporary license, phoning the... No, it wasn't RBC. What was it? It was it's one of the BC insurance companies. Not insurance companies, registry offices. And this happened for 3 months. He would phone them, and they'd say, oh, it's still your driver's license is pending approval. Eventually it gets to the point where they denied the right for him to have that photo, and now it's making big mainstream news. Originally, I saw it from watching it was on Global and CTV and stuff. They're discussing it just because not so much. It's kind of silly the origins of it, but it definitely raises a very good topic of what is considered acceptable as far as religion and religious freedom. And
wasn't there? I remember there was a big thing before. I can't remember if it was Hutterite or Amish about not having their picture taken.
Amish don't like their picture taken.
Yeah, it's for government IDs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Amish.
But with the whole alternative religion things, that reminds me of two religions that two of those kind of instances that I actually kind of want to be a part of. The first one is Jedi. There's a number of people who on census forms and stuff put down their religion as Jedi, and it's gotten so big that certain countries like New Zealand and stuff have actually officially recognized Jedi as a religion.
New Zealand's the cool place, I think.
Yeah, they're Australia's cool little brother.
Yeah, older brother even because they're more edgy and stuff. And...
But yeah, there's what was the other one? There's Dudism.
Dudism?
Have you seen The Big Lebowski?
Nope.
No.
No, really. Jeff Bridges' character on that is the Dude.
Dude.
He's he's the most laid back kind of just an interesting fucking character. He wears a bathrobe everywhere. Just look up scenes of him in this movie. It's fucking amazing. And there are people who have started a religion based on the Dude, called Dudism.
Dude.
Whatever floats your boat.
You can actually you can apply online to become an ordained minister of Dudism.
I want to be an ordained minister of Pastafarian.
I think you can officiate weddings with that. I'm not sure.
Have you seen... I'm just going to quickly Google a picture of the past minister.
I know this is actually something I've considered doing just for the hell of it, but you can actually apply to be an ordained minister of Church of Life.
What's a Church of Life?
It's basically, I think it's it's like an atheistic church, basically. Instead of worshiping a god, they worship just life itself.
That's a great... I'm showing Lisa a picture of the Great Spaghetti Monster.
Are you kidding?
No,
Nope.
That's
That is
noodly goodness.
That is noodly goodness. Oh my.
and every like thing they say at the end, like if they do a prayer, if they say something instead of amen, it's Rayman.
Ramen.
Ramen.
That.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's amazing.
Maybe that's what our podcast can be about. It'll be Pastafarian weekly
We'll close every podcast
with Rayman.
Ramen.
Maybe we shouldn't, because you never know. Those things turn into weird cults, and I don't want to be a part of that.
I do.
Well.
To be honest,
But yeah, like the Church of Life, like you can apply. I think it's just online. Just become like again an ordained minister, and you can officiate weddings.
Okay, another new segment just came into mind. Kind of, we're slowly getting to the end of the podcast here. Before we do our questions, let's discuss two things that we are obsessed with this week, or we've been obsessed with this week. Because I have two things that I just want an excuse to talk about. But yeah, let's ask about everyone else. I'll say my two things.
Yeah.
You guys think of what you've been obsessed with or what you've been enjoying this past week, and then we'll get to yours. Okay, so I have two of them. First off is the original Crash Bandicoot game. As of like 2 hours before we were recording this podcast, I actually beat it finally.
Nice.
It just gives back so much memories because that was the very first game I ever played and the very first game I owned.
Really?
Big deal.
I like childhood games better than I like games that come out now.
Anything they could come up with now.
I will play Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or like one of the old Final Fantasies over.
The old Spyro, not the new.
No, like old game, like PS1. Like I'd play Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy Tactics or Spyro the Dragon over playing Watch Dogs or Grand Theft Auto or anything like that. Hands down, any day.
And I think you can get pretty much anyone to play an N64 with you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, absolutely.
like it's just we grew up on that and it has like a place in our heart. But at the end of the day, they're just fun games. They're fun to drink to, like drunk driving Mario Kart. Have you?
Yeah, man.
You've been in that world. See,
Yeah.
there's a video right there. We can just record ourselves playing drunk driving Mario Kart. If all else fails tonight, that's what we'll do. We'll have everyone over.
I would just like to clarify
Mario
there's
Kart.
no drunk driving.
No, yes. Good call. It's
Mario Kart.
I'll explain the rules quickly. This is kind of again going on
It's a
a
fun
tangent.
game if anyone wants to play it.
Yeah, what it is you take any Mario Kart and essentially the rule is everyone starts with a beer or whatever you're drinking, but it has to be full. By the end of the race, after the 3 laps, whoever has done their drink and in first place wins the game, right? So, but the twist to that is you can only drink your beverage when your character in Mario Kart is stopped. So that it can lead you to waiting to start and like having to delay at the start line and chugging your beer, doing it in segments, or chugging your beer at the end right in front of the finish line. But fun game. I warn you, you get drunk very fast, and I've had some very interesting experiences playing that game. But anyways, okay, that's my the thing I've been into this week. Number 1, number 2 is a CD, which I'm sure Lisa knows because every time she's been near me, I've been playing it, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I'll still be obsessed with it because I've been obsessed with it all summer. It's the Decemberists, The King is Dead album. I don't know why that album in particular, but I am obsessed with that album so much. Like, I've learned every song on guitar. It's the only thing I've been listening to. I think the most popular song, if anyone like recognize, is "Down by the Water." I think is their most like famous song, which is from that album.
That was one I actually recognized.
Yeah, a lot of people recognize it. I never knew who sang it until I bought the album, which was a recommendation
Which you
from a
don't
friend.
really hear it on the radio, so I'm not really sure why I recognized it.
Yeah, and the thing is, it came out in 2011, but that song I know it's been around longer, but I can't find any other band who's actually performed it, so I don't know. Anyways, I recommend that. Go check that album out because I'm absolutely in love with it. If you like folk rock, you like guitar, you like harmonica, good singing, harmonizing, just check it out. Those are the two things I've been have consumed my week. So if someone else wants to go, Luke, Lisa, have you thought of one yet?
Well, I have one.
Well, you only need one.
Okay, I'll go with my one then.
It's Dave.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, edit that out. I recently bought a kayak because they were on sale at Canadian Tire.
It's a strange thing to impulse buy.
Well, no, there was actually reasoning behind it. Where I'm moving, we actually pretty much borderline have a lake in our backyard.
Yeah, Lisa's moving in a few weeks.
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Leaving us.
Yeah. You better remember me. Don't sidetrack me. I'm not as good as coming back as you guys are. So, me and my future roommate, I guess, Yeah, I'm like silver shiny. See, look at okay.
I'm just doing it on purpose.
I know,
Kayak,
like I'm struggling. I am struggling. Kayak. So me and my future roommate actually decided that, well, actually, if I rewind a little bit more, it helps to elaborate too. Where I'm going, the school actually has a rowing team, and when we were out there for a preview day of the college itself, they were trying to get us to join this rowing team, and we weren't really very interested in it.
Yeah, when you first brought it up to me, you
it
kind of
sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
And not to offend any
rowers,
any rowers or anything like
that.
We
have a large rowing fan base here, actually. So
be
careful what you say. Yeah, 3 people.
But yeah, once we noticed this sale of kayaks at Canadian Tire, we were kind of thinking, well, that would be kind of like a nice evening thing to do, like go out on the lake and go kayaking. So yeah, she actually bought one first and loved it. And
this is Ashley, right?
Yeah, this is Ashley. And so
hi, Ashley. Shout out.
Shout out, Ashley. I went and purchased one myself and took it out, and it is awesome. Like going out, sunset on the lake.
Kayak's one person,
like,
right?
Yeah, it's one person, like the 2-paddled.
See, you don't know how jealous I am. Like spending pretty much all last summer up in Hinton. That's a thing people do out there. It's when you live there is peaceful. You go, what are you doing tonight? Oh, we're just gonna go out. We're gonna go kayaking, or we're gonna go canoeing out on the lake.
Canoeing,
go fishing. We're gonna go. And it's just that's where I want to end up, somewhere in the mountains by a lake and stuff, because that's just what I love to do.
It is a friggin' good workout. Like the first day I had it, a storm rolled in, so I really only went out and did like a quick loop in it. Like was just actually I was testing to see if you roll those suckers, you're not getting back in. You don't go far offshore.
Wear a life jacket.
Wear a life jacket, please. Safety.
Be safe.
When kayaking, I have the.
Wear a condom.
Wrap it.
Wrap it.
See, now I'm like totally off topic.
That's right. It takes practice.
But they're awesome. That's my new.
Yeah, that's cool, and that's actually way cooler than my thing.
It's kind of like it's fun too. People are like, "What have you been up to?" I'm like, "Oh, kayaking," and they're like, "Was that your autocorrect or?"
Yeah,
no, really, I'm kayaking.
Yeah, and that's totally like I'd love to do stuff like that, and I will. Next weekend, actually, I guess spoiler alert: next weekend's podcast will not be recorded on the Saturday, but next weekend I'm going out, pretty much in the mountains. I'm gonna go bushwhacking, going hiking. Haven't done that all year, and I absolutely love. That's gonna be next week's probably my next week's like obsession is gonna be that because. I just love it, and I haven't got to do it all year. But anyways, Luke.
Okay, my 2 things would probably be the first one I've been listening to probably the same music I've been listening to the last couple of weeks. But like when I get obsessed with like a new song or something, I just get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
One I've actually been listening. I've had this music for a while, but I've been listening to a lot again recently, like in the car. It's an artist called Calvin Jones. I'm not surprised you haven't heard him. He's no, I swear to God, it's not a hipster thing. I found him on.
Just be fair, the Decemberists is kind of a hipster thing. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead.
He got he's not big at all. He's internet big. He's not big other than that.
Mainstream big.
He one of his videos got a little while back. He was just this kid that was just making songs in his bedroom, like recording them in his bedroom. One of his videos got shared on Reddit, and it blew the fuck up. Like a couple days after it got shared on Reddit, he was getting covered on like Good Morning America. And
oh really?
Like yeah, he's acoustic. He does like all this production. At least like before then was just all done in his bedroom, like with mics like these, just using like GarageBand.
Have you shown me this yet?
I don't think I've shown you his songs, but I might have told you about him before.
Okay, maybe we'll check it out after the podcast.
Yeah, his music is absolutely insane, and like thanks to the attention he's gotten on like Reddit and stuff, it's now something he does full time. He's been producing like music full time, like working on writing new songs. He decided like he's not going to school anymore. Like this is what he's focusing on full time.
That's cool.
Yeah,
life change.
Yeah, it's really cool. He did like a Q&A an AMA, as it's called, on Reddit the day after his video got shared, just because like people were like, "Holy crap, this kid's awesome! Like, I want to hear from him." And yeah, like now, like recently, he's been doing a little touring around Europe because he's from the UK, and I think he just played a show in Berlin. He played a show in like France. He's been playing all over London and stuff. And yeah, I've been listening to a lot of the songs that, like he released like before he got famous. I've been listening to a lot of those because they're fantastic songs, and they're the songs that make me want to pick up guitar again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're fantastic songs. Cool.
And what's your second?
Going a little to the opposite end of the spectrum here. One thing I was a little obsessed with watching today. Something I've been obsessed with watching.
Is it you?
No. Actually, one thing I've been obsessed with watching recently is there's a thing on Reddit, a section called Public Freakouts. People share videos of people freaking out in public or something. And then kind of going off of that, there was a video shared today of a crazy girlfriend. It kind of started off serious, like my video watching me, it started off serious with that video. Because there was this like emotionally abusive girl who was like shoving this guy down and like pinning him down and like just swearing at him, like getting really mad, like freaking the fuck out of this kid.
Just a crazy girl.
For liking a picture on Facebook.
Oh my god.
She's like, you like this girl's picture. Why am I not good enough for you?
I got a funny story about that. Again, sorry. There's so many things I'm just remembering things I want to talk about, and we're coming near the end. But I'm gonna say this just because it's so relatable, and my coworker won't care if I say this because we joke about it at work all the time. I'm not, no names. I work with this person. Oh, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Is in a relationship with someone who the other day threw out his stuff onto the front yard because she thought that he might have talked to a female coworker that day.
Are you
crazy women? We're not gonna get into it because I don't want. It's not my business. But no names or anything, anonymous. But I just.
How do people stay with people that are like that? You know.
Well, there's more to it, and.
Oh, okay.
But shout out if you're listening. I won't use names, but no.
Shout out to the crazy girlfriend if you're listening.
No,
Shame on
no,
you.
No, it's just crazy the way some people's brains are wired. Anyways, Kate.
Yeah, this crazy girlfriend video was it was pretty serious. Like this was like, holy shit, this chick is crazy. Like I feel really bad for this guy. But then like in the comments of that, like one of the comments was like, so is anybody else just like binge watching crazy girlfriend videos now? And then like people started like posting links to the funny ones they found.
I have to
check it out. There was some absolutely
out.
Insane ones. One of them was they honestly like it was weird because they sounded like they had Cockney accents. These people were talking weird, but I guess they were like from like Louisiana or something like that. Like they were from the States. It was weird. They were talking like I don't know. They had weird accents, but. This girl would not let this guy leave because she this guy was like, this girl's blocking this guy from leaving until he had sex with her. He didn't want to have sex without a condom. She refused to use a condom because she wanted him to get her pregnant. And he's like, no, I don't want to do this. Damn. And she's like, no, I want to get pregnant. I just want to leave.
There's a scene from a show or a movie where it's he goes to pull out and she wraps her legs around her and be my baby daddy.
Oh,
I don't know what that's from.
I think I've seen that.
Anyways,
but then there's one more.
One more.
Funniest one I saw. It's the weirdest thing. It's total redneck trailer trash couple. This guy's like on the toilet taking a shit. He pulls out his phone because his wife is trying to break in. He has there's a crutch in the bathroom for some reason, which he set up so it's like propped against the wall and against the door to like keep the door shut. And she's trying to like get in the door, and she went and grabbed like a knife and is trying to use the knife to like
Jesus Christ.
like poke the crutch away from the door handle. And it's like a 4-minute video.
You're gonna post all these in like.
Oh yeah.
It's our link down.
I'll see if I can't find them again. It was
because I want to watch them too.
Yeah, they're brilliant. One of them was like, and like he's like, why are you trying to get in? Like, he's like, just let me shit in peace, woman. And like she's not responding at all. She's trying to get in. She like, won't give up. Won't give the fuck up. And, like he's like, what are you doing? He's like, she almost gets it away, like off the door, and he just like reaches over, puts it back. He's like, why'd you move it? God damn. He's like, I didn't move it. Yes, you did. And like the weird thing is, like, especially like her trying to break into the bathroom like with a knife while he's trying to take a shit. It seemed like it would be like she's angry at him and trying to get at him. Like, not at all. Like she actually like finally gets in, and she's not angry at all. Like, they're laughing about it, and it's like, what the hell kind of relationship is this?
We just ruined the whole video for me now. I was hoping it'd be like a crazy ending, but
well, right before the camera cuts off, you see her head kind of go down. Like,
yeah. Oh, okay. On that note, we're gonna
right before the camera.
Okay, yes, I'm cutting you off there because I don't want to know what happens next. Again, we're gonna dive into these. Like, we have like 3 questions. Do you even have any questions?
Not really.
Okay. Before we do that, totally forgot to mention this funny story that Elise and I are gonna tell here quickly. We're gonna keep it brief because we're running out of time here.
Are we?
We are. We're at hour and 10 minutes already.
Oh yeah.
And that's after starting the timer late, not including our intermission. Regardless, as a joke, what day was that? Thursday? No, Wednesday. Wednesday,
yeah,
wing day.
We went to wings.
Lisa and I, we were out. We went to a friend of hers, her old roommate's birthday party, and we were there. Had a couple drinks. Then we had to go to Walmart because I had to pick up some groceries for work. And I don't know, where did it come from? We were joking around about, we always make jokes that, we should just get married because we're always hanging out together and stuff. So we were jokingly, this was like, I'm going to just say we got married on Facebook or say we got engaged.
So this is how you let the cat out of the bag?
Long and behold, you don't have to have any say whether or not you get engaged via
disturbing.
Facebook. I checked. I got a notification saying you are now engaged to Lisa. I was like, excuse me? Like, so of course, we instantly get a bunch of, jokes. Everyone, 3/4 of the people obviously knew we were joking around because they know us.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because we get the occasional serious response. Be like, oh, I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are such great people. And it kind of took away from it because we kind of felt guilty.
Oh.
But in the heat of the humor, and we were like in tears laughing at Walmart, I was like hunched over my shopping cart, freaking like wheezing in laughter. We decided, let's just get, do you still have it? We decided to get
on me, but
well, I see how this relationship's gonna work out. We went to the Walmart jewelry section and we found the cheapest ring to look like an engagement ring. We were staring at one
I didn't say it was the cheapest, actually.
no, well, we were staring at one shelf. Here, you take the story from here.
Well, we frightened that one staff member.
That's what I'm getting at.
We are looking at the $10 to $12 ring selection, which Kenny found outrageous.
Yeah.
So he steps a couple feet away and he turns to me and he goes, Lisa, look at these $5 rings.
Let's get one of these.
Let's get one of these. And the Walmart
jewelry
lady or whatever was appalled at
yeah, she came up, approached us, said, excuse me, are you guys dating? And we kind of burst out laughing because we're like, no, we're actually engaged. Like, joking. The fact that she was going to intervene, how like preposterous I was sounding and how insensitive I was being, that I wanted to, if I was going to buy a ring, it was going to be a $5 ring.
And your comment on my sausage fingers.
You had fat fingers. We couldn't get the $5 rings.
Abusive relationship with Kenny, and
This is amazing.
we're just sitting here laughing hysterically.
I'm never gonna forget so many situations that people think we're like this horrible domestic abuse couple. Like the one time I yelled at you in the gas station parking lot, jokingly, and the lady in the other car looks over, like scared.
Had to explain to her that I'm okay.
That's just kind of relationship we have. Okay, so that story's over the way. We had to mention that just because it's funny. We'll get to our
Wedding.
Oh yeah, fall wedding, guys. By the way, we'll have a special wedding podcast.
Totally. Let's do one just for the hell of it.
Oh god. We're just gonna get to the. I have one doesn't really count because one's one of those stupid questions, but I have a couple questions I'll read out. Do you have any, Luke?
Kind of.
Okay, well we'll do mine first because Oh, I keep getting like, you go first because I get all congested.
Okay. Mine's a little heavy. I think a little too heavy for our kind of.
Read it out, and we'll give a brief answer. Let's keep these answers brief because we do want to end this podcast here.
Somebody asked us to talk about the Ukraine war stuff.
Ukraine war stuff's really bad, and they shouldn't do it. And peace for all and love. Next question.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't think we're qualified to talk about this. Neither.
We've talked enough about deep issues.
Yeah, it's honestly, I kind of feel bad because I haven't really kept up with it since like Russia officially declared war.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Like that shit is. Just,
yeah, that was a thing. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. Next question.
That's the only one I got.
Well, Lisa, do you have any questions from people?
Casey asked me to discuss Zappums.
Yeah, that was actually one of my questions.
Formally, I guess. Okay, so
I'll read out the question and I'll let you answer because it was a question I asked for questions and the one I got was actually dedicated to you. So, good fan base out there. Thanks you guys for staying involved. It says ask her about her upcoming book. And ask her about Zappums. So we're going to start with your upcoming book. You have something coming out here, Lisa? You have a little story, a narrative you're working on, you're going to have release in the near future?
You know what? Mr. Steely over there.
I didn't even realize.
Because this is a very personal inside joke of my upcoming book, but it was related to 50 Shades of Grey.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of spin-off with a certain situation in my life. Okay, moving on.
Special little someone in our life. But,
okay, moving on.
Zappums, Lisa. Zappums. Tell us all about them Zappums. I've never heard of them.
Zappums are actually formally, like, they changed their label on them. You guys remember Taco Bites? In high school?
Those!
Yeah, like,
yes! I was
like,
never allowed those.
Someone would bring Taco Bites in their lunch, and I would literally give them, like, my pinky finger to have a couple because they were so addicting, and they would come with that frozen.
She kept that mentality in college too.
Went a different direction.
Yeah.
Once
she reached college, it changed from a pinky finger to something else. Pinky.
I'm offended. Anyways,
we're doing our job.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened was me and Casey had gone on a little road trip. I think we went up to like the Little Red and we sat by the river. We found this really cool spot that had some really awesome graffiti on it. So we kind of sat around the river.
I've got family that
directly
next to us.
I was doing that. But anyways, we went back into town. We had the munchies, and we went into Walmart, and they had a giant notch.
Hold on, the munchies or the munchies?
The plain munchies.
Okay, the plain munchies.
Non-drug induced munchies.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah, it was a pretty tame night. We found one of those giant freezer bins full of like Taco Bites for $1.
Are you serious?
So I'm sitting there with like a 20 in my pocket, and I'm like, yep.
On top of the world. Like, screw Kickstarter, I'm buying Zappums.
Like, oh god, for days. They were awesome.
So that's the story behind. That's the story behind Zappums. Now I'm hungry. Last question I had was one of those stupid random questions, but you know what? I'm just gonna take the first little section out of it, because if you could have one superpower, how many potatoes would it take to buy a human soul and have someone live Bubba? Whatever.
Answer's purple.
Yes, the answer's purple. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
One
word. We each answer with one word. And then we'll close up this podcast. Luke, go. Superpower. One superpower?
One superpower. Teleportation.
That's a good one.
Because then I would never have to walk anywhere ever again. I could just be a big, fat blob.
Luke. That's more than one word.
Oh. I was into it. Okay, ready?
Okay. Then, Lisa,
Invisibility.
Okay, fair enough. You actually took one of mine, so my other one is
with the required secondary powers. Almost every superpower requires like secondary powers for it to work.
That's true.
Like
I forgot who I brought this question up to. Okay, go ahead.
I know. Like let's say like super speed. Like super speed, you would have to have super durable bones or like some way to negate friction. Otherwise,
And
you're just,
okay,
like,
if we're gonna
immediately
get a little more into this, teleportation
Teleportation.
is that with the understanding that you can only teleport to as far as you can see, or you can teleport
Do you
anywhere?
have to have been
Because
there?
I think
I think just visual distance.
okay, good. Because I think that's a fair teleportation.
Yeah.
When someone and that was one of my two. I have two I would pick. That was one of them. So I'll let you take that one. Mine would be telekinesis, and I have nothing else to add to that because
Okay, as far as telekinesis though, would you be able to lift yourself so then you could fly too?
no.
Would it? Actually, yeah. My secondary answer would be telekinesis a la Chronicle.
What?
Have
Is
you
that
seen
like
it?
is that a
Like,
soup?
see, yeah,
Is
they
that a
know.
canned soup?
They shut up.
Have you seen the movie Chronicle?
No.
They
Okay.
figure. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a movie about this group of teens who come across this weird artifact, probably alien in nature. It's never really explained because it's not really important to the story. But they come across this artifact that gives them telekinetic powers, and it's something like it starts off like they're able to move like a pen across the desk, but then like they keep like training these powers, and eventually it lets them like push themselves off the ground.
Okay.
Which eventually leads them to. Be
Well,
able
I
to
wouldn't say
fly
no
and
to
stuff.
being able to do that by
Yeah.
any means.
And yeah, like eventually it gets to the point where like they can like use telekinesis to let them fly around and like
Maybe I have to check out that movie.
it's one of those found footage
pretty
movies.
dark.
I'd be
So-
lying if I said I didn't stare at a pen on a desk occasionally and just.
Everybody has.
Okay, good. So I'm not the only one.
Like yeah, but yeah, Chronicle.
See, I can do that with my penis. I can stare at it long enough, and I can actually make it levitate.
Oh God. Are we done now?
No, not
Actually,
quite.
on that note, let's
Train has no brakes.
the rape train.
Okay.
On that
Is
note,
this gonna be one of those things I have to bleep?
nope,
No?
no, this is unfiltered.
Okay.
Unfiltered goodness. We're gonna wrap things up here, guys. Any parting words? How do we feel this podcast went?
Not bad.
You know,
I have nothing to compare to.
how do you feel? How do you feel? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you feel comfortable? Did you?
Well, it's probably the booze, but yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, you know
Those
what?
always help.
Yeah. I at this point, I don't think I want to stop because I might get tired. I think a little bite to eat and a few more drinks, and we will be set for whatever the night takes us.
Just a little advice to our readers. I know I'm literally saying that.
Do we have
this
a
at
book?
The end of the episode. Sorry.
To our listeners.
It's the alcohol. I swear. To our listeners.
I'm like, what do we read?
You mean the description?
Yes. I'll put this in the description. I know I'm saying it's a little late saying this at the very end of the episode, but I have a feeling our little podcast experience would be much better with alcohol, much like we've been doing.
Well, yeah. Once we get more
Keep
people,
that in mind for the future.
maybe we'll turn this into a bit of a drinking game too. Well, every episode we'll have a keyword
Yeah.
that people can listen to, and again, we release on a Monday, so I don't know. Maybe
Banana.
You said secret word.
I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, no, we're not gonna start talking about that. We're not starting
Why
that
not?
topic. This is the end of the
Whatever,
episode.
You're right.
We'll kind of repeat our plugs just so you can go check us out. First things first, I'm the realist. Damn it! Follow our podcast, subscribe to us on iTunes. You can download it every Monday.
Check out our website.
Directly onto your iPod, any device. We have SoundCloud if you prefer to listen that way. Go to our website. You can actually just listen to it on our actual website. It is.
Check that out. We're gonna have more stuff there. I promise.
We're gonna have our log dump or our link dump. Sorry.
Link dump. I'm gonna start posting like my personal videos on there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
when you start making videos.
yes, I do have some videos coming up here. I'll post those, and as well as maybe we'll just start posting pictures that have to do with the podcast.
Yeah. Well, like but behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, we didn't do anything this episode, but anything that happens, for the rest of the night, wherever we end up, whatever we do, we'll take some pictures, and those pictures we promise will end up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
as shameful as they get, whoever ends up around the toilet tonight,
You know who I am.
and that's why I said that. Okay, so yes, our website is big-pixels.com. Follow the official podcast at big_pixels. That's a Twitter. My YouTube is what is our YouTube? Big Pixels?
I can't remember if it's Big Pixels or Setbacks.
And just remember our podcast, yes, is Setbacks and Shot of Tequila, but our everything encompasses under Big Pixels, so that's why you see it so often.
Yeah, that's our little brand. Our own personal MCN, as I put it in my announcement video.
Luke's Twitter is at Cynical Rainbows. Mine's at Kilkenny, and that's a 1 for the I. I think that's how you spell it. I don't think there's anything. Luke's, what's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Affectionate Ineptitude.
Yeah, again, you'll see all this stuff on the actual website. I mean, if you go to the website, you can find all this stuff out. We don't have to say it. Mine, I don't even remember what my YouTube is. I'm not going to say it. You'll just see it on the website.
Candy TV.
Candy TV, that's my YouTube. Lisa, anything you want to shout out? Any last words you want to say?
One thing, our YouTube is, in fact, Big Pixels. I just looked that up now. We have 3 subscribers. It's amazing. Also, I think that's your chair that's squeaking. I can hear that through the...
Yeah, I only just started squeaking at the end of the podcast.
Terrible. Please stop doing that.
My goodbye note would be, if I visit again and do another one of these, we have to do one movie.
Yeah, but you will be back.
Okay.
We have cars. We can get you.
Well, that's dedication. Okay.
Anyways.
I want to do a segment, the appropriate word, on... What was it? Cliche movie scenes.
Our cliche movie things. Another thing we totally forgot to get into.
That you don't forget.
Cliche movie scenes. Yeah, there's a segment right there.
I'll write that shit down.
And we will get into that when you know what? You might even be another podcast before you leave. You never know. We don't have much for guests, and you worked out well. You could be back next week.
Yeah.
Actually, you very well could be. Anyway, stay tuned for that, guys. Again, thank you for listening. Luke, any final words?
Not really.
No? Okay.
No, I think you wrapped it up.
You're really good on the spot, aren't you? Thanks, you guys, for listening again.
Bye.
Check us out. Everyone have a good evening. Have a good Monday, because I guess this is when it gets released. Have a good week, and we will see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
You had to end it creepy, didn't you?
Of course. That's where I'm cutting.
Okay, cut it off. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it off. Cut it off.